Okay, so ngayon naman, i-discuss natin ano ba ang annuity. So when we say annuity, this is a series of payments or sequence of payments made at equal or fixed intervals or periods of time. So for example, the monthly house rent payment. So when we say annuity, ito yung kadalasan nating naririnig na installment. Okay? Again, example, the monthly house rent payment, which is meron tayong fixed or equal intervals. So for example, monthly ka nagbabayad, monthly ka naguhulog. And sometimes we have an exact amount or equal amounts. Okay? Another example is life insurance. Okay? So in a life insurance, yearly. Okay, so yearly ka nagko-contribute. So meron tayong equal intervals and usually we have this equal amounts. Another example is yung car loan or house loan, okay? So sa car loan, 'di ba, meron tayo for example monthly is magbuhulog ka hanggang sa reach mo na kung magkano ba yung dapat mong bayaran. Okay, so sa maraming bagay, nakikita natin yung annuity na tinutukoy. Okay, so again, installment. This is installment. Pero we have equal intervals. We have fixed intervals. Okay, so we have different types of annuity. So we have these types of annuity according to the duration. Okay, so meron tayo ditong annuity certain. So when we say annuity certain, this is an annuity whose term is fixed when the term starts and ends on definite date. So certain, okay? So ibig sabihin we are sure or alam natin kung kailan ba magtatapos yung binabayaran natin. Okay, so for example nga is yung house loan. Okay, so sa house loan, alam mo kung kailan ka mag-start and alam mo kung kailan ka matatapos. So for example, 5 years mong babayaran yung bahay na yon, then that is an example of annuity certain. Okay? And another type of annuity is the contingent annuity. Okay, so this is an annuity whose term depends upon some certain events. Okay, so for example is the monthly pension payment. So, kung yung annuity certain, sure ka or alam mo kung kailan ka matatapos, sa contingent annuity, hindi mo alam kung kailan ba matatapos. Okay? So, again, for example, the monthly pension payment. Okay? So, monthly pension payment which continue until the person dies. Okay? So, di ba, kapag sa pension, pag nagbabayad ka para sa pension, monthly ka nagko-contribute. Okay? So, nagko-contribute ka lang na nagko-contribute, hindi mo alam kung hanggang kailan ka magko-contribute. As well as the life insurance. Okay? So, life insurance, so this is paid as long as the insured is living. So, yung length of time kung hanggang kailan mo babayaran or kung hanggang kailan ka magbabayad is uncertain. So, that is the contingent annuity. Again, annuity certain, sure ka or alam mo kung kailan ka matatapos. And the contingent annuity, hindi mo alam kung hanggang kailan. Okay, so we also have annuity by dates of payment. So, in annuity, according to the dates of payment, meron tayong dalawa, which are ordinary annuity and annuity due. So, ano ba ang pinagkaiba ng ordinary annuity sa annuity due? So, kapag sinabi nating ordinary annuity, okay, so ordinary annuity, this is a series of regular payments made at the end of each period. Again, made at the end of each period. While the annuity due, so this is series of regular payments made at the beginning of each period. Okay, so ngayon, let's try to differentiate the two. So, ano ba pinagkaiba ni ordinary annuity and the annuity due? So, when we say ordinary annuity, that is the series of regular payments made at the end of each period. Okay, so such as monthly or quarterly. And the annuity due, this is the series of payments made at the beginning of each period. Okay, so for example, the term of annuity is 1 year. Okay, yung term of annuity natin is 1 year. And the payment interval is quarterly. Okay, so quarterly ka magbabayad. So, ibig sabihin yung 1 year na yon is hinati natin by 4. So, we have 4 terms. So, this is the first term, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. So, for example, this is 1 year. Your annuity is 1 year. Ano ang ordinary annuity? Ano yung annuity due? So, sabi natin, ang ordinary annuity, magbabayad ka at the end of each period. So, this is the first period. This is the beginning, and this is the end. So, ibig sabihin, dito sa first period na to, magbabayad ka dito sa end ng period. Okay? And this is the second period. Ang umpisa mo ay 1, and ang end mo ay 2. So, magbabayad ka dito. Okay? And for the third period, start mo is 2. Okay? Ang end ng period na to is 3. So, magbabayad ka sa 3. Okay? So, next, for the fourth period, okay? So, for the fourth period, ang start ng fourth period natin or fourth quarter natin is 3 and yung end natin is 4. Okay? So, sa ordinary annuity, magbabayad ka at the end of each period. Again, the regular payments made at the end of each period. While the annuity due, the regular payment made at the beginning of each period. So, sabi natin kanina, the 0 to 1 is the first period, 1 to 2, this is the second period. For example, 2 to 3, this is the third period, and 3 to 4, this is the fourth period. So, sa period na to, so sa period 1 or the first quarter, magbabayad ka dito pa lang. Okay? So, sa umpisa, at the beginning of each period. So, second period. So, for the second period, okay, so meron tayo 1 to 2, magbabayad ka at the beginning of each period. Okay, and the next, for the fourth period, 3 to 4, magbabayad ka at the beginning of that period. Okay? So, ngayon, kita na natin ang difference, ano ba ang ordinary annuity and ano ba ang annuity due. Again, ordinary annuity, end of each period, annuity due, the payments made at the beginning of each period. Okay, so we also have annuity by length of payment and interest compounding periods. Again, annuity according to the length of payment and interest compounding period. So, dito meron tayong simple and general annuity. So, ano ba ang pinagkaiba ni simple annuity and the general annuity? So, kapag sinabi nating simple annuity, yung payment interval natin is equal to the compounding period. Okay? Again, the payment interval coincides with the interest compounding period. So, magkatulad lang po sila. Equal lang po dapat sila para matawag natin siyang simple annuity. So, while the general annuity, the payment interval is not equal to the compounding period. So, for example, ng simple annuity. So, sabi natin, dapat equal. Okay, so for example, when the payment interval is 1 month. Okay, so 1 month. So, ibig sabihin, monthly ka nagbabayad. And, the compounding period. So, okay, so for example, when the payment interval is 1 month, the interest is compounded monthly. Okay? So, again, compounding period is compounded monthly. Okay, so makikita mo 1 month and monthly, so equal lang po yung dalawa. Okay, so another example, when the payment interval is every 3 months. Okay, so sabi dito every 3 months. And the interest is compounded quarterly. Okay, so every 3 months and the interest is compounded quarterly. So, equal po silang dalawa. So, bakit po? We have 4 quarters in a year. And yung bawat isang quarter na yon ay mayroong 3 buwan. Okay, so again, we have 4 quarters in a year and ang bawat isang quarter na yon ay mayroong 3 buwan. Okay po? So, ibig sabihin, equal po. And another example is when the payment interval is every 6 months or 6 months. Okay, so again, when the payment interval is 6 months and the interest is compounded semi-annually. Okay? And that is compounded semi-annually. So, equal pa rin po. The payment interval coincides with the interest compounding period. So, bakit po? 6 months. This 6 months is also equal to semi-annual or half of the year. Okay? Yung 6 months po, that is half of a year. Semi-annual, half of a year. So, these are equal. Okay, so general annuity. So, kapag sinabi naman natin general annuity, the payment interval does not coincide with the interest compounding period. So, for example, the payment interval is 1 month. Okay, so ibig sabihin, monthly ka nagbabayad. And the compounding period is quarterly. Okay? So, they are not equal. Okay, another example. The payment interval is 1 month. 1 month din po. And the compounding period is okay, so another example. The payment interval is 1 month. And the compounding or the interest compounding period is annually. So, ibig sabihin, monthly ka nagbabayad, pero tumutubo siya annual. Okay, so they are not equal. Another example, the payment interval is every 6 months. Every 6 months. And the compounding period is annually din. Okay? So, again, dyan pa lang po kita na natin what is the difference between the general and simple annuity. So, when we say simple annuity, the payment interval coincides or equal to the compounding period. And general annuity, the payment interval does not coincide with the interest compounding period. Okay, so again, we have types of annuity according to duration. Annuity certain and contingent annuity. Annuity certain, we are certain. Okay, so alam mo kung kailan ka matatapos. And contingent annuity, hindi mo alam yung length of time na babayaran mo yon. Okay, so annuity by dates of payment. So in annuity by dates of payment, we have ordinary annuity and annuity due. So when we say ordinary annuity, the payments made at the end of each period, and annuity due, the payments made at the beginning of each period. And annuity by length of payment and interest compounding period, we have simple and general. Again, when we say simple annuity, the payment interval coincides with the interest compounding period, or the payment interval is equal to the compounding period. And the general annuity, the payment does not coincide with the compounding period. So those are the types of annuity.